Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today for our webinar where we will be walking through our new M365 Copilot app. We're going to be starting with a presentation just to talk through the app, the user scenarios, the changes, etc., followed by a live demo by my coworkers. My name is Medha Madangurli. I am a PM in the M365 Copilot Hub team, and I will allow my coworkers to introduce themselves now.
Hi, everyone. I'm Kat. I am a PM on the M365 Copilot team, working specifically on notebooks.
Hey everyone, my name is Gul Mariam. I'm a senior product manager also working on the M365 Copilot app, and I'm specifically focused on driving the mobile app, which we will be showing you today as well.
Perfect. Next slide, please. Awesome. To start off, we really need to understand the evolving relationship between work and artificial intelligence. So as AI technologies advance, they're reshaping how we approach tasks, collaborate, and make decisions. Understanding this changing context is really crucial for users who are looking to leverage AI effectively within their operations. Next slide. So this slide actually shows the new Future of Work report from December 2024, and it reveals significant insights into how Copilot is transforming workplace dynamics. With workers producing more documents and spending less time on emails, it's clear that AI tools are actually enhancing efficiency. The statistic that 75% of people are already using AI at work underscores the growing integration of these technologies into daily tasks. Next slide. On this slide, we can see the dramatic shift in productivity enabled by the AI. Tasks that once took days can now be completed within minutes, thanks to features that help users understand intent, gather information, make sense of it, create content, and then ultimately reuse it. Next slide. So this new workflow that's introduced by AI is versatile and applicable across various roles and industries. This adaptability is key to ensuring that organizations can leverage AI tools effectively, regardless of their specific operational context or sector. We all use AI for various different scenarios in our personal life, whether it be to plan a trip itinerary or some interior design help. It only makes sense that AI can fit different professional needs as well. Next slide. So moving on to talk about the M365 Copilot app specifically. We are really proud of this app as it's a really powerful tool designed to enhance productivity and streamline workflows. This app leverages AI capabilities to support users in various tasks, making it an essential component of modern work environments. On the next slide, we're going to actually take you through a video that is a breakdown of what the M365 Copilot app looks like, after which we'll talk about it a little bit more.
Introducing Microsoft 365 Copilot, your always-on work assistant. Get the answers you need, spark fresh ideas, and create content effortlessly. We're infusing AI assistants into a set of powerful productivity assets so you can work smarter. At the heart of the new M365 Copilot app is chat. Helpful, conversational, intuitive. Prompt Assistance helps you make the most of Copilot, leading to richer, more useful outputs. Work with text, images, graphs, or code in chat, and edit or build on it all in a side-by-side view with powerful, specialized editors. Copilot learns about your preferences and follows instructions so you can work the way you're used to, with help from AI. You can tailor your experience with agents, your AI-powered workforce. Agents can do tasks like deep research, perform advanced data analysis, and offer seamless integration with top third-party tools. Discover and share relevant agents in the store, or build your own, no coding required. Search connects your work data across Microsoft and beyond. Get highly personalized, contextual results from your documents, conversations, and apps. And now you can work smarter with Pages, making it easier to craft text, code, tables, diagrams, and more. Plus, your team collaboration is fueled by AI. With Copilot Notebooks, you can store your chats and files in one organized place. making it easy to build up ideas and create content. Create empowers you to generate and refine images, videos, designs, and more. Our new visual editor makes perfecting on-brand designs easy, with natural language refinements and AI-suggested edits. And Copilot meets you where you are, across web, desktop, and mobile. More than a chatbot, Microsoft 365 Copilot is your AI productivity partner, helping you achieve more.
Perfect. Now that we've seen what the M365 Copilot app looks like, let's talk about what sets the app apart. So there's three main things that sets it apart. It's one, connected to your business data and integrated with M365 apps so that users have a truly tailored experience built on all of their work content. The app does all of this while also ensuring that there is enterprise-grade security, privacy, and compliance. Next slide. So, like I mentioned before, we're trying to make sure that we've tailored an experience for all the users. And these next 5 things are an example on how that has happened. So, starting off with this new unified product with simplified UX, we wanted to ensure that this app is user-friendly for everyone. AI is a little bit of a complicated and confusing time. We wanted to make sure that it's straightforward to everyone that uses it. Next, Copilot actually teaches you how to use it. So like I mentioned before, kind of complicated, kind of confusing, but it helps that Copilot is there alongside you to teach you how to use it and how to work best with it. Number 3, you can easily catch up and prepare with the Copilot app. Whether someone is away for a day, for a few days, getting back to work or getting back to your day-to-day flow, it can get pretty overwhelming and it can get pretty tiresome to sift through everything by yourself. So the Copilot app kind of helps you with it. It helps you easily catch up and helps you easily prepare for what is coming up. For example, I was away for a week last week, and coming back, Copilot was really useful to make sure that I knew what was going on while I was away. Number 4, Copilot app also allows you to quickly research with agents. Agents is a term that is actually industry-wide now, and it's there for a reason. Agents work on your behalf behind the scenes constantly based off the steps that you want it to take and making sure that you have other hands doing what you need to do. Number 5, the M365 Copilot app also allows you to effortlessly create and organize your content. AI-generated content and AI can only go so far if it's not easy to create and easy to find. It doesn't really do much if those 2 things aren't there. Next slide, please. So speaking of the simplified UX, we really need to start with what the old experience used to look like. The old experience is what used to be known as Office.com. And on the left-hand side, you can see our M365 apps such as PowerPoint, Excel, Outlook, Teams, etc. And now with our new experience, you can see that this is a much more simplified UX. And on the left-hand side, rather than having our M365 apps, we actually have M365 Copilot modules. These are the modules that were mentioned in the video earlier. We'll talk about it a little bit more later on in this presentation, but all of these modules still have our apps fully in use and they play a big role, but they play roles together now rather than being separate from each other. And this experience is also carried over into the mobile experience as well. Gul will take you through a live demo of that later today as well. Next slide. So going a little bit deeper on these modules, we really need to start with number 1, which is search. So search allows you to do an AI search for both 1P and 3P content, integrating NL and search to find disparate information across your organization. From there, we move on to chat. Chat allows users to get answers, stay updated, create content, and avoid missing key details in their work. All that is powered by advanced AI models and designed for safe use with corporate data. I also want to call out that chat is the default app experience. When you open up the app, that's where you're going to immediately be navigated to. And chat is something that people are very used to within the AI world, so we really want to build on that. Number 3, agents. Like I mentioned before, this is an industry-wide term for a reason. Agents automate tasks and get work done on your behalf, curated within the app experience and in the agent store. Moving on to notebooks. We'll get a little bit deeper into notebooks later today as well. Notebooks collate chats, pages, AI artifacts, and other files into a notebook, where Copilot grounds future interactions on its content and answers questions and helps create new material. Number 5, we have Create. With Create, you can easily create images, posters, banners, videos, surveys, and a lot more by simply describing your idea into Copilot and then refining your creations with AI. Next slide. So you probably understand by this point, the M365 Copilot app is kind of like your always on work assistant. Starting with these end user benefits, there's experience that is tailored for AI. It's integrated in the M365 app, and you're also connected to all of your business data. We also need to recognize the IT admin benefits. The manageability of it all is a really great thing, along with the fact that there's enterprise-grade security and compliance, which we hold very true to our Microsoft heart, and also it's customizable with agents. Next slide. Now going a little bit deeper into the integration of Copilot Chat plus Pages. This was initially introduced during our Microsoft Ignite event in the fall, and we've had users that are really excited about it for good reason. This combination enhances the user experience for allowing seamless communication and content creation. Next slide. So going a little bit deeper into what are pages. Copilot Pages is a dynamic persistent canvas in Copilot Chat that is designed purely for multiplayer collaboration. Also, you can use it by yourself, but it really helps with multiplayer collaboration as well. Pages is an interactive canvas within the M365 Copilot Chat that lets you turn those responses into editable, shareable pages. It can get really overwhelming when you have a huge chat going on with any AI model and you kind of don't know where to put all that information. We're trying to solve that problem with Copilot Chat Pages because it allows you to take all of that, put it in one place, put it in multiple places, and share it with teammates that might want to see that same content. And so the last point is that with Pages, like I said, users can turn insightful Copilot responses into something really durable with a side-by-side page that you can edit and share with your team to collaborate. Next slide, please. With this, you can see what Copilot Pages kind of looks like. On the left-hand side, you have an ongoing chat with Copilot. What happened was the user sent in a prompt and Copilot has given us a response. And the user is then allowed to edit in Pages, therefore add that response into a Copilot page. That page will be created and you will be given a confirmation message that the page has been created. From there, on the right-hand side, we can see what happens when a page is created, and this is the page. At the very top, you'll see that icon that allows you to see all the different pages that you've created if you wanted to go back in history. You can also share this page by that share button that is unified throughout all of our products. You can also edit your page title and edit your page content at any point within this process, whether you wanted to do it after you shared, before you shared, totally up to you. It's a very fluid thing, the page. Next slide, please. So really driving it home, what we're standing for with Copilot Pages is that there's communication all the way to collaboration. So exploration, it starts within the Copilot chat and collaboration happens in Pages. So these pages are very editable. Like I mentioned before, you can edit it manually or with Copilot in Canvas. They're very durable pages as well. And last but not least, you can share and collaborate with these pages through the app of your choice, whether it be Teams, Outlook, or another M365 app. Next slide. We talked about Copilot Chat and Pages to really also talk about Copilot Notebooks. Notebooks have a really big integration with Chat and Pages, both which act like very good building blocks for Copilot Notebooks. Our Copilot Notebooks is newly released a few weeks ago, and we're really excited about it. Next slide. So when we're talking about Copilot Notebooks, we really need to understand where this came from. So that usually requires us to start with OneNote. OneNote is our legacy notebook app that's been around for about 20 years, a little over, where users have gone day in and day out to put their thoughts down, to really treat it like their digital notebook, a knowledge management space, lots of different user scenarios. From there, we also want to talk about Microsoft Loop. Loop is our fluid component, fluid canvas, which allows people to think, plan, and create together. With the notebooks powered by Microsoft Loop, we and to
Hey, Meta, I think that your audio cut out for a little bit when you started talking about Loop. Could you go ahead and repeat that part if possible?
yeah, definitely can do. Can everyone hear me now?
I can hear you.
Okay, perfect. Awesome. So, like I was mentioning, with notebooks, we start from OneNote. As I mentioned before, our digital notebook that everyone goes to, and it's our legacy app. OneNote powered by Loop, which is our very fluid, very collaborative canvas where people can think, plan, and create together. Those two together with Copilot as well is where we brought the Copilot Notebooks concept. Next slide. Perfect. So like I mentioned before, these three things together and the marriage of it all together is how we're brought to the M365 Copilot notebooks. Next slide. So trying to get a little bit more into what are notebooks. It's kind of like your AI-powered notebook customized to the content that matters the most to you. So we have a few different supporting capabilities, starting off with gathering your content. You can bring together all your Copilot chats and 365 files, pages, meeting notes, and more into a notebook and have a place to collect it all. You can also get answers. So you can ask questions and Copilot can analyze notebook content to find answers, identify key themes, and draw insights. You can also draft smarter. You can draft something new with Copilot based on the content that exists within your notebook. So there's an overall theme with the M365 app with Copilot notebooks is that we want to draw on the information that exists within these notebooks, within these apps, within our business data. Next slide. So from here, I'm going to hand it over to my coworkers to do live demos, but I hope you all enjoyed the presentation. We were able to talk through the M365 Copilot app, go a little bit deeper for chat plus pages and notebooks, and thank you so much.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Medha. Hey again, everyone. I'm Gul. And as Medha mentioned, we'll now be transitioning to go over a walkthrough of the app through the lens of a sales manager to show you how the M365 Copilot app can help streamline work and boost productivity with AI. So let's meet Eva. She's a sales manager at Contoso Corporation. Sorry, Kat, if you mind going back. If you mind going back to the previous slide. Yeah. So just a quick overview of who we're talking about and what her goal for the day is. Eva is a sales manager at Contoso Corporation, and she's preparing for her monthly business review. And to do that, she needs to pull together insights from sales data, team updates, and customer engagement, all while staying on top of her day-to-day tasks. So we'll be following Eva's journey to see how she uses the M365 Copilot app to get it all done. And first, we'll show you how she uses the mobile experience to prep on the go, checking key updates and getting an overview of things. Then we'll move to the desktop experience where she uses Copilot chat and pages to analyze data with agents, create compelling visuals, and organize her findings. And lastly, we'll show you the notebooks experience where she grounds her insights and ensures everything is backed by the latest data. So yeah, with that, we'll dive into the demo and see how Eva can work smarter. Let's imagine she's heading to work and commuting to work, and she's on a train, so she has some free time and wants to get a head start before she gets to the office. And her first meeting for the day is going to be with her team to go over the business metrics for the last quarter, so they can take those learnings from the past performance and incorporate them into this month's business review. So Kat, if we go to the next slide. Yeah. So yeah, what Eva does is she opens up her phone on the train and opens the M365 Copilot app. And now instead of having to sift through manually through emails, messages, documents to find and collate business learnings from the last quarter, she can easily instead use Copilot chat to ask Copilot to do that work for her. So she types a question saying, hey, Copilot, highlight the key insights from the monthly business review reports from the last 3 months for me. And she sends it. And Copilot is able to easily summarize the key insights for her in just a couple of seconds, which gives her all the information that she needs walking into her meeting. And the new powerful capability here that we have introduced, that you heard about a few times right now in the presentation, is pages. So Ava can now save this response into a page by long pressing Copilot's response and clicking the button Edit in Pages. So what this just did was basically save the Copilot response into a page, which is a long-lived, durable canvas that saves Copilot responses and can be edited, updated, and referred back to later. So here you see I can also make edits to this document and build on top of what Copilot already shared with me. And now if I go back, I can actually like save this page. So any of the edits and stuff will live live. Anyone else who edits here can also collaborate with me. Yeah, and now you can see at the bottom of the chat, there is a card showing you that this page was saved. So you can refer back to it later again. Eva can also view all the Copilot pages she has created in one place by clicking on the app's left nav bar. She sees the pages module here. As she expands and collapses that, she can see her most recent Copilot pages quickly. But when she clicks on the module, that allows her to access all of Copilot pages that she has created in the past on web or on mobile. And she's also able to see pages that have been shared with her. So when she opens one of the pages, she can edit them like I just showed you. And when she's ready to collaborate on them with others, she can also share them. So clicking on share will allow her to either directly share the page with someone or just copy the link to be able to send it to anybody as needed. So as you saw, in just a few taps, she's able to prepare for meetings, review and analyze content on the go from her mobile device using Pages. With that, I'll hand over to my coworker who will show you a live demo of the desktop app and some more capabilities with that.
Thank you so much, Gul. So now we will head over to the desktop app. So you can access the M365 Copilot app at m365.cloud.microsoft, and it will take you to our app. So as Meta said, the default experience is you will show up on chat. So let's go start off there. So once Ava, our subject, reaches the office and is at her computer, she can pick up where she left off on mobile. So everything that she just reviewed, created, accessed on mobile can be found on the web version of M365 Copilot. Now, moving ahead, Ava can use agents in M365 Copilot to understand her team's performance in the past quarter. So under chat, we have agents here. And today we'll use the Copilot Analyst agent to perform in-depth analysis so we can go from raw data to insights in a really quick time frame. So if you don't see it on agents immediately under here, you can also go to all agents and you can see it, a bunch of agents that you can pick from, either created by Microsoft or created by third parties right here. So today we'll be using the analyst agent, so we can click on that. And it shows up just as a chat experience, which is now tailored to really great data analytics. So today in here, Ava will say, let's analyze the team's overall sales performance for May. We're going to focus on total revenue, product or service performance, pipeline health, win-loss trends, sales cycle metrics, and comparison to April. Specifically, we're going to tell Copilot analyst that we also want to highlight key business insights, risks, and opportunities that leadership should be aware of. Additionally, we can add in some references for the analyst to actually go and analyze. So we can do this in a couple of ways, either through the plus button here, where you can either upload from the device or add files from the cloud, such as OneDrive, or we can easily do this with the / key, which will bring up that same menu. So let me go ahead and attach some cloud files. I'm going to look for, we're looking for April and May, since May is our current month and we want to compare it to the last month. So So let me go ahead and select that and just hit send and see what Analyst is going to give us. So in the background, Analyst is going to be doing a lot of really fancy technical work to analyze our Excel spreadsheets that we just sent in. And in the end, it will give us some really in-depth insights that would have taken us, if we were to do it manually, a pretty long time. So Copilot and our agents are really great at giving us all of this in a really short time span. So here we see we have our key business insights, our strengths and opportunities, risks and concerns, and recommendations like we asked for in our instructions. However, there are some things in this really large response that we might want to tweak before we actually send it out, copy and paste, and like email to leadership or something. For example, we don't need leadership to see all of this code. So to make changes, as we did before, we can find the leftmost button under the analyst response, edit in pages. So when we open this, we have two options, edit in pages or add to a recent page. Today, we'll just do the edit in pages. So this opens up a brand new page that includes everything from analyst's response. So we can make changes as needed. So for example, let's have Ava delete everything that doesn't have to do with this bottom part, which is our overall analysis. So let me just scroll to the bottom here, find that point, and let's say right here. Let's delete everything there while still keeping everything that was underneath, because this is really the main point of what we want to send out to other people. Also, the title is automatically generated as the first few words of your Copilot prompt. So let's just call this something else. We'll call it May Sales Analysis. Cool. So now Ava has her analysis of the team's sales performance in the past month ready for other people to read and to consume. If Ava wants to get back to this at any point, say she navigates away, she can find this in M365 Copilot under Pages. It'll show up here under Recents, or if you go to All Pages, it will also show up right here. So let's go back to that page real quick. Another thing that Copilot Pages we've said is really great for is sharing. So I believe that as of right now, we're able to share. We can either copy it as a link that we can send out to people via Teams or Outlook or however you communicate with your colleagues, or you can copy it as a component. So let's say she wants to share this analysis with everyone after that leadership meeting, after that monthly business review. We'll copy this as a component. Wait for that to load. Yes, allow. So now it's copied to my clipboard. I can easily go into Outlook, create a new email, right-click to paste, and the component is just right there. It's even editable from this little box right here. And once I send it, any edits that are made by me or by other people who click into this will be reflected for everyone who has access to this component. So yeah, now the page is embedded to the email, and if Ava decides to update the page later, it will also update in this email. Components also work in a various amount of host apps such as Teams. You can paste it into your OneNote notebook, or you can just stick to what we have right here. But it is a very flexible form of communication that you might find useful. So we have our email now, but I will say it looks a little boring. So to make it a little more eye-catching and engaging, let's use M365 Copilot to create an email banner. So I will go back to Microsoft Copilot, and I will go here to the Create tab. So now now that we're in Create, we can click here. You'll automatically be here, but now we'll go here for Design a Banner. So while there are many different templates and such to explore, we'll create one from scratch and tailor it to our message. So today we'll use the prompt. So a banner for the monthly business review. If you have any ideas here, you can also give that. So we'll say include a vertical rocket that's taking off from the ground to express something powerful and forward moving. We're excited for our insights and it'll power us up for the next month. Then we can apply a brand kit. If you have one, you can set specific images that you want the banner to use, specific color palettes, fonts, etc. Or you can use a preset for colors that you want your banner to output with. So for example, let's say we want to use like this one. It's kind of cool and modern. So, and lastly, we can do size. So we are doing this in an Outlook email. So we want to choose this one and it'll perfectly format to those dimensions. So we'll hit create. So once we hit create, Copilot will be coming up with multiple options that Ava can select from for the email. So all the options will use the preferences that we just outlined, producing something engaging and professional. So here we have these in that color palette. We can either continue to edit these, download, or we can just straight up copy that to our clipboard. So let's say I want to use this one. We'll hit copy here. Go back into our email, right click to paste that image. So now this image is perfectly into our email, perfectly sized to that, and we can send it out to whoever needs it to see the analysis. So now it's ready to send and sure to grab attention. After all of this, Ava might find it useful to dive deeper into the team's long-term sales performance. So this is where a Copilot notebook can come in handy. So we'll go back to the M365 Copilot app and head over to Notebooks. As we discussed before, Copilot Notebooks let you bring together a wide range of content such as notes and documents, meeting recordings, and more. So using that specific set of content that you add, Copilot can ground its answers on the most updated versions of those files you added to the notebook. So now on the web, let's create a notebook. I'll note here that you can also access notebooks on mobile if you're on the go, which is really, really useful for the lot of us. So let's just go ahead and call this monthly business review. We can go ahead and add some references so we can attach cloud files like we saw before. So let's go to all my files just to see. So we have a bunch of our different Excel sheets that we'll want to add here. Select those. And we'll just go ahead and create our notebook from here. Let me skip this tour. Yeah, we can also go ahead and for our pages, we can copy those and add this to a notebook as well. So let's go ahead. Monthly business review, and then add our Excel sheets. Okay, so now with the references we add to the notebook, there are many different things we can do. For example, once we have our references here, we can ask Copilot about those specific references. We can ask it, we can ask it to analyze my team's sales over the past 3 months and give me a report based on that. Additionally, we can add Copilot instructions, which are specific things that Copilot should follow in its responses. For example, we can say respond in bullet points, or we can say assume I'm advanced in Python programming so that it'll give you maybe a little bit more of an advanced explanation of what it's doing. If Ava needs to get back to this notebook, you can find them all under the Notebooks tab in M365 Copilot. And yeah, so if we go back and just see everything we've done today, we'll notice that like all of this could have really just taken a while just because of all the data analysis, of all the creation, of just communication, all the different parts, all the different apps it used to take in order to make and put all of these things together. But now with Copilot, the M365 Copilot app, we were able to do all of this, complete a full analysis in just a few steps. So with chat, with pages, create, agents, and notebooks, all in M365 Copilot, you can also apply these processes to streamline your own workflows as well. As a reminder, you can access the M365 Copilot app at m365.cloud.microsoft using your Entra ID, using your school or work credentials. And hopefully you'll be able to get a really great experience and streamline your processes with this. I think we'll be heading over into our Q&A session. If you have any questions, please do put them under the Q&A tab within your Teams window, and we'll be happy to answer either over the actual Q&A text or on camera like we are right now. Yeah. Thank you, everyone. If you have any questions, please do feel free. Oh, I see that we have some questions. Did you want to go ahead?
Yes, yes. Okay. So I'm just gonna pull some frequently asked questions here. So the first question is, what's the difference between the work and web modes in Copilot Chat?
Awesome. Yeah. So as you can see, I'm in Copilot Chat, which is, as you said, as we said before, our default experience once you head into M365 Copilot. So you can either choose work or web. So with the M365 Copilot license, this toggle allows you to switch between grounding your prompts in work or web data. So both modes provide generative AI services, but they serve different purposes to help you be more productive. For example, work will give access to things like will have access to anything that you have access to in work, such as your emails, such as stuff in OneDrive or SharePoint that you would be allowed to access. So if you don't have access to something, don't worry, it's not going to like reach into someone else's OneDrive and pull it out just for you to see. We're very, very focused on security and compliance. So this is just going to have access to everything you have access to at work. If you don't want any of the work information in your responses, you can very much go onto web for this toggle, and you can ask for things that will just ground on web results, search results from the internet. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And also, can I use Copilot Pages in web and work mode?
Yeah, so Copilot Pages are available in both work mode and web mode. So with an M365 Copilot or Microsoft 365 license, you can access Copilot Pages, which, as we said, are a dynamic, persistent canvas designed for a multiplayer AI collab directly in Copilot Chat. So we were previously doing Copilot Pages all in work, but now we can say something like name the oceans of the earth, something like that, and it'll give us answers, right? Now, with that, we'll have the same options to edit in Pages. You can either add it to a recent page or just create a completely new one, and this will be saved alongside the rest of my pages.
Thank you. That's amazing. Thank you for like giving that example. Also, like what is the chat capability in Microsoft 365 Copilots? Like how is that different from other M365 apps?
Yeah, so as you might have seen in our flagship apps like Word, Excel, PowerPoint, those have their own Microsoft 365 Copilot capabilities. Like you might have a chat bar or a chat column next to your work. So those will help you carry out specific goals and tasks. For example, in Word, Copilot can help you create drafts, summarize a document, and more. So in contrast, within Microsoft 365 Copilot, so the M365 Copilot app, you can ground your prompts in work and web data in the flow of work. So not specifically pertaining to the document you have open or not specifically pertaining to the Excel sheet you have open. This will access everything in a compliant way that you have access to using the Microsoft Graph, and it'll be more for the holistic view of your work, if that makes sense. So rather than specifically what you have open, you have access to a bunch of things, and Copilot will give you richer responses based on that, depending on what you need.
Yeah, that makes sense. Thank you. My last question was around podcast. So are you able to create like a podcast or like an audio overview from Copilot Notebooks today?
Yeah, so that's a really exciting feature of notebooks that we have today. So alongside where we showed that we have your references and your chat and your instructions, you can also create an AI-powered audio overview that transforms the content of your notebook into a dynamic conversational audio experience. So if you're maybe someone that doesn't have too much time to read every single thing, or you just simply prefer learning about the contents of a notebook in a verbal audio way, then podcasts are really, really great for that. I found it useful for when I have a lot of content that I'm maybe not necessarily caught up on, but it's really engaging and you can listen to this conversation that gives you a really comprehensive overview of what's in that notebook.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Kat. That was very helpful.
Cool.
Yeah. Seems like
And
okay,
yeah,
we have some questions in the chat. Yeah, I could reply these ones async.
sounds good. I see that we have another question around agents. So we went over agents a little bit before, so with our analyst agent that we see here. But in general, agents extend the capability of Copilot Chat by enabling you to customize your Copilot experience through you basically like connect your organization's knowledge, your work knowledge, and data sources, and automate and execute those business processes. So, like we saw with Analyst, these are AI-driven agents that can perform a variety of tasks that work alongside you to offer suggestions, automate things that may be a little repetitive, and provide insights to help you make informed decisions. So you can use pre-built agents like we saw before through the All Agents tab. You can see the ones that you've chosen here under your agents. You can see things that are built by Microsoft, third-party apps, which are all really, really useful. Or you can even create your own agents in Copilot Studio. So you can configure it and describe them based on different templates in order to do those repetitive tasks that you may not have time for every single time you want to do that task. But yeah, I think that's all we have. Obi, is there any other questions that we want to answer on camera here?
I think that'd be all. I mean, the other question that I just saw was around like what kind of files aside from Excel files can Copilot analyze? So what other example files could we add as references, I assume? That's the question.
Is this specifically for the analyst agent?
Oh, I'm not sure.
Okay.
Yeah, they didn't specify.
But in general, we're able to add in a whole bunch of types of files. So things that are stored in your OneDrive, you can go ahead, test them out. I think for Analyst Agent really excels in Excel because of its data analysis focus. But Word files would also be great if you're using something like, let's look at an agent, like in Researcher, being able to sift through a Word document or even like a Copilot page or a Loop page in order to sift out the information that you need there. Yeah.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Cool. Should we wrap up then, Obi?
Yes, we can. Thank you all for joining this session.
Do we have a Q&A or no, a survey link, Obi, that you can share?
Yes, I'm not sure. Did Adriana already share that? I could share that
Amazing.
really quickly. And we also have another slide that does show a survey Q&A if you
There we
want to
go.
go ahead
Awesome.
and scan the QR code as well.
Cool. Yeah. Okay. So thank you everyone for joining today. Hope we were able to get some of your questions answered. Hopefully you have a better understanding of the M365 Copilot app. We would love to hear from you and how you think the session went. So if you would like to either go to this link, aka.ms/sales manager session survey, or just scan the QR code and give us some feedback, that would be really, really appreciated. Cool.
Yeah.
Okay,
Thank you so
that's
much,
it.
everyone. Hope this was useful.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes, thanks
Okay.
everyone. Bye.
Thank you, everyone.